Hey BookTube, Chelsea the Reading Outlaw here to give you my hot, fresh off the presses take on the 2019 Hugo Awards. I am still awash in the excitement and enthusiasm and overwhelming joy for so many people, so many friends of mine who walked away with rockets last night. If you missed the live cast or were not watching or were not following along on like Twitter or whatever, I will leave a link down below to the actual like official list of winners. I'm not really gonna go like through them category by category because you can read the list for that. I just want to like more stick to like highlights and things that stuck out to me while I was watching. I was lucky enough to actually be able to stream the live stream from Dublin. It was like 2 in the afternoon here when it showed. And I was watching along and like in a group chat with everybody. It was actually a really, really nice like viewing experience, but that's not really the point. I want to start this video off by saying how overwhelmingly excited I am that Lady Business walked away with their second official Hugo Award and that the Archive of Our Own won its Hugo Award, which will be traveling around with the like con traveling exhibitions. So if you're at a future World Con, you can go pop over and take a picture with the rocket for the archive, which also feels like kind of an unofficial like Hugo for Renee, because Renee has spent so long and has helped so many people come around to the idea of putting the archive on the ballot. And it really feels like kind of like her, I hesitate to use the word campaign, but like her enthusiasm and her encouragement of people to recognize the archive in addition to what the archive is, I feel like is a big part of why it took home the rocket ship this year, which was just so awesome. The AO3 team that accepted did an absolutely wonderful job of like giving their speech and also turned up the lights and allowed other like creators in the audience who felt they had a vested interest in the archive and who had participated to like stand up and take their moment. It just felt very inclusive in a way that echoed throughout the rest of the night. I was thrilled to see yet again for, I think this is the second year in a row, that the overwhelming majority of winners were women and were women of color, which is just so awesome. They took the night from every category, from the Lodestar to the Joseph W. Campbell. I really just enjoyed getting to see so many variety of female faces come up and accept. Because it was international, I'm assuming this is why, because it was in Dublin, not as many of the recipients of the awards were there to actually give their speeches, but the ones that dared did an absolutely amazing job. Novel Wolf's speech for Best Editor and Janet Ng's speech for winning the Campbell Award really stuck out, I think, to me as like highlights of the night. In addition to the speech, of course, from Ira and Susan when Lady Business won their Hugo for Best Fanzine. I was just so taken aback by the ferocity with which Janet Ng spoke. She began her speech by calling out the fact that the award itself is named after a racist misogynist and the ripple effects on what that signifies about the still current exigent like form of the SFF community. And then Novel Wolf did a really wonderful job of thanking her family and just recognizing the evolution and the path of reader to editor to contributor to fandom in a way that just really stood out to me and I thought was really beautiful. Obviously, those were not the only speeches. I thought everybody did a really, really wonderful job. Some of the people who were accepting on behalf of other people were a little abrupt for my taste, which feels like a good segue to talk about some of the things that I didn't love so much about the night. The live captioning was a mess. It was a hot mess. I really hope that that means that future con-coms are going to continue to strive for like accessibility and fluency in accessibility. It's one thing to say that you have captions or that you captioned your event or your stream if the captions are functionally just. It was bad, guys. It was really bad. And then I felt that there were just some parts of the ceremony itself that I was a little confused by. Specifically some like art performances and some of the speeches that went along. There were just some more like structural issues I had with the actual presentation of like the whole award ceremony. I tend to be a little bit more of a grump when it comes to award ceremonies, which is unfair because everybody deserves their chance to be fully recognized for the work that they've done, both as like nominees and creators and also for ConCom and like the people who take their time and their effort to voluntarily put on this huge event. Like I understand and I recognize that, but I'm of the general belief that like the vast majority of words that are spoken at an awards ceremony should be spoken by the winners. So like the funny bits and the little gags and like some of the performances and like all of that, just those are the parts that rub me a little bit the wrong way and don't land super great for me. But that's award shows. That just comes with the territory. I really, really loved the opening comments at Dublin and what James had to say about like the evolution of global fandom and the future of potential global fandom. And overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm super, super thrilled. I obviously will not be going to the 2020 Worldcon in New Zealand, but 2021 Worldcon is going to be in DC and it's going to be guest of honor by Monka Older. So I've already talked to my partner. He and I are planning on going. I've never been to DC, which like he and I are both like he's been a bunch of times. He and I are both like history nerds and political people. So I'm really excited to go and I'm hoping to plan on a couple extra days for vacation, but it's finally going to be back stateside. It's finally going to be in DC. So I'm very, very excited to go to the 2021 Worldcon, which feels both very far away and incredibly close. I will go ahead and leave down below Renee's link to the spreadsheet. I will see if she has it open. As soon as it's open, I will leave the link. It's only been like a day, so it may not be open yet, but the 2020 nomination form so that you can go ahead and get a jump on all of the things you should be reading for next year's Hugos. Yes, it really does go that fast. To all of the winners, congratulations. To all of the losers, congratulations on your nomination. Huge like bummer commiseration sympathies for the fact that so many of the nominees were turned away from the losers party, which is A, baffling to me, and B, seems to defy the point. But congratulations to everybody. And yeah, I just want to end this by saying that there were 2 booktubers, Kalinati, Rachel, and Elizabeth from Books and Pieces, who made the long list for like best related or best fan cast, I think, or best fan cast. We're on the come up, guys. BookTube SFF is getting there. One of these days. It'll happen. All right, friends, let me know down below if you watched, what you thought, what you think of the Hugo winners this year, the ceremony, everything down below. Otherwise, come find me on all the social media so that we can talk books together. If you watched this far in the video, please go ahead and leave me an emoji. And I meant to say, I got that idea from Sylvia, whose channel I will link down below. I did not come up with that. I don't know if I've ever said that, but I want to because it's her idea and I love it and I took it. So thank you, Sylvia. I know she probably won't really care because she won't, but that's where that's from. Otherwise, friends, go ahead, let me know down below what you're up to, what you've been reading, how your bookish life is going. And until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and have happy reading.